What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily, and hop in the Discord. Link for that's in the description box down below.
Game 1 Eve for the 2023 season for our Dallas Cowboys. Shoot, in about 23 hours from now, the game will have ended. 20 hours from now, it's a kickoff for the Cowboys. I can't wait. And hey, we're going to take you through the last final details here in this Cowboy preview of this Week 1, Game 1 at the New York Giants. Kick off this 2023 NFL football season and that quest for 6 and beyond. But there's a lot of question marks kicking things off, and there's a lot of sure things as well. So we're going to discuss it all tonight with you guys as we wrap up the week and get ready. Preview tomorrow's big day, big game, big night, I guess you can say. And we'll be live tomorrow right here on My Cowboys Family, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Cameras on, lights on, action on, play-by-play, watch party, and our live reaction. We've been doing this for this will be our 7th season doing this. And we're doing it another one and beyond. So, guys, appreciate everybody in the house hitting that like, subbing it up, and that notification bell, but also appreciate those that make the world go around here on My Cowboys Family. And those are the people that are running the boards right now. And the boards, I mean the sponsor of the week, none other than the man who won, I think, the last 2 jerseys on this channel, Jason Renfro, the sponsor of the week. You know who he is. Much love to Jason. Appreciate him. He's also the 5-time gifting, 5 weeks in a row, the gifting champion as far as memberships. He's gifting memberships every week. Top of the notch, the top of the crew there. So again, he currently is second on that board. The Lunatic is currently in first. So we got a night and a half to go before we crown some champions on those boards. Also, you got Mark Hovsepian with the big takeover last night. 98 points on the Stream Boss. Mark Hovsepian also currently number 1 and in first place, coming for that sponsor of the week. But there's a lot of guys around him, right next to him, behind him. So we'll see what happens tonight, tomorrow night, if Mark holds on to that sponsor of the week opportunity going into Week 2 against Aaron Rodgers at home against the Jets. But we're worried about Week 1 against the Giants. And like I said, Jason's taking us into this week. So has SnugX, the Cash App King. Much love to the crown holder. 4 weeks in a row. He might be going for 5. He's on the board with him, Jason Renfro, and many others. But currently the leader on that side of things, you know who he is, guys. Skeptical fan. He's always staying skeptical.
Ooh.
Much love to him. And, he's also on the board, all over the place. On the overall board, he's up there. He's also on the gifting membership board. So everybody's in the running here as we're closing down, the week other than tomorrow's, finale, but also the beginning of the season. The finale of the week, beginning of the season. So much love to everybody.
Keep rolling through the rest of the shout-outs here, guys. Make sure to drop a quick little thought about just your kind of super quick blurb on your general thoughts about this game, because as I do the shout-outs, I'll do, kind of a quick read-through of everybody's kind of general thoughts before we kind of kick off some of the things that we're obviously going to touch on and discuss
so
tonight.
drop your thoughts here quick, and we'll try to hit up a couple of them before we get into dive deeper into the news. I want to kind of get just a quick dip of the temperature, right? How are we feeling tonight? How are we feeling about tomorrow, Yeah, we're going to do that.
Especially
probably checking in.
T-minus 24 hours away from knowing the outcome of the game.
Yeah, and again, we're going to probably do that throughout the night, checking the chat, But for the most part, guys, it's the usual. You guys want to let us know how you feel about something, want to discuss it, drop some love, and we'll definitely get to that, as well as, just checking with your comments and all the other stuff that we do here tonight on My Cowboys Family for this big preview for kicking off the season tomorrow night. So, baby, got to shout out the Cash App crew. Of course, we shouted out SnugX already and the leader currently, the Lunatic, but I also want to shout out the star-level members. And there's 7 names on that board right now. Dwayne Broussard, the top dog. Jason Renfro, Skeptical Fan. You guys know a lot of these names. Ron the Don Smith. Much love to LC Lincoln Kane. You got Mary Alvarez and Andy Potch. Can't do this thing without you guys, especially in that star level, over everything level. But always appreciate that navy blue crew. Drop them if you got them. And, of course, that silver level, too. So, got a little special thing coming around the turn here for the silver level. So stay tuned for that as well. Baby, again, I talked about super chats and a thanks button and membership gifting and membership joining, right? But what about the other ways in the Cash App you can try to get that crown? What are the 4 ways people can drop the love?
Well, of course, you have the Cash App money sign My Cowboys Family, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, of course, the regular PayPal link, and last but not least, the Streamlabs link shows up right on screen just like a super chat.
Yep, so Appreciate everybody who's dropping the love, and we'll check on that throughout the night, of course, your comments, your thoughts on that side of things. Now, baby, as we get into this preview, let me know who's in the house. Get a couple of quick comments, not about injuries, though. So a couple quick comments,
like I said,
because we're going to update the situation on that. I don't want to jump into that so fast. So
like
some
I said,
general
topics.
I
want people's, I want to know about tomorrow. That's why I asked that specifically, right? So, by the way, Jason Renfro, shout out to you. He said, today's win for my Longhorns made me more hyped for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, congrats on the Longhorns. The UCF Knights are 2-0. Go Knights.
So, Mary Alvarez, much love, saying the Cowboys need to go in there and play Walmart football, not flashy football. Let tomorrow's game and every game dictate how we want this season to go. Mute the outside noise. Very interesting, because that actually plays into a little bit of what we're touching on tonight as well. Yeah. So, Tammy Sotis said, we need to stop the run. Karam Mawani, much love to you. Stoned Immaculate said, let's go Cowboys, beat the Giants.
Hell yeah.
Dwayne Broussard, the top dog himself.
Top dog, DB.
Texas Twister, stay safe out there on the road. MH saying, rusty starters and injuries have made this game a toss-up.
It's definitely closer. I mean, we still should win. In my opinion, we should win. Of course, that's my humble opinion. I don't mean it means anything. But yeah, I think
Bruce got the toxic juice. What's up? I think most of us felt a little more confident, before the injury report from a few days ago popped up.
Yeah,
so it is what it is, right? That's football, though. That part of football is dealing with those injuries and coming out with the W anyway.
Well, I think we can do this. It's just we'll discuss it. Here's some keys. A special key I think I didn't really touch on this week. I want to bring it up tonight.
So, Brian Harper, what's up? Let's go Cowboys. Daniel Berry Sports.
Yeah, another DB.
Much love. Thomas Garrett, the superior.
Always.
Garrett, of course. By the way, Brandon James, go Cowboys. Much love, he said, with his 6 months of Navy Blue membership.
Yeah,
go Cowboys. Love. Football score is going to be 37. Giants, 27. Ooh.
Giants scoring some points on us.
If our offense can put up 37 points, even if our defense gets 27 points scored on them, that's still going to be a nice feeling. So.
I'm going to say this: if the Giants score 27 points, I'll be very disappointed in the defense.
Oh, I mean, like I said, without a doubt, I'm just saying 37 from the offense is just nice. It's still nice.
It would be nice because I think overall the defense will get better if that's the case. But I think the offense, we need to see something from them. So it'd be nice if we get 37. I'm not going to hold my breath, but 28-31 by the offense, and maybe we hold them to 10-13. That's my expectation. We'll go into that in the predictions here a little later.
Logan Reedon, what's up? We have Dan, the man in the house. Freedom first. Hey, you're first.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, she meant smart, not Walmart. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They need to go in there and play smart football.
Smart means consistent. You're consistent. You don't have to be flashy. You just get the job done and not many mistakes.
That's kind of what I thought you meant by Walmart football. Oh. Like no fuss. No frills, not like some frou-frou fancy shit, and pardon my language.
So, by the way, Eastside Harold was the first one here tonight.
Was he? No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
He doesn't count as a person.
Sure, he doesn't. But yeah, Freedom First was second. And then we had, others like Dan. Yeah, no sim today, guys. We're not doing the simulations anymore. It's more of a YouTube issue telling us we can't do it. So we're just going to be on the safe side. Other people do it, they do it. Whatever.
Shadow Chaser and the Funny Kids. Thanks for subbing it up there. Much love to you.
Yes, appreciate you. Welcome to the family.
Pour one out for the Sims. It's all good. Everything has a time. And, I'm just saying, it is what it is. Boo YouTube. If you got a problem with it, I guess take it up with them and their
they
terms
told
and
us
policies.
They told us specifically that you need permission from Madden and the written forms and fuck all that shit. I ain't doing that. Yeah. So anyways, what I am doing is talking football. And that's what we're going to do tonight here, wrapping up the week and getting the preview, going for the Giants as we, finish up and touch up on a couple last important subjects before we enter this week 1 battle tomorrow night, less than 20 hours away. Let's start with some NFL news real quick, guys. Former NFL wide receiver Mike Williams. Again, we talked about him multiple times the last couple of days, who was supposedly dead, and all of a sudden he's not, and he was on, kind of machines and keeping him awake and alive. And today he was taken off life support and remains responsive after suffering complications from an accident at work. And it happened last month. It wasn't just like a couple days ago. This thing happened a while ago. They thought he would take him off the machines. Bad reporting, jumped the gun, and he's out off the machine. So that's a great thing. Thank goodness for the doctors and the health professionals to keep him there and get him back, at least progressing in the right direction. We don't know the details of this, but it's a good thing going forward.
A smooth road to recovery.
Yeah. Now, current NFL players, let's go with NFC East, the Washington Commanders, defensive edge rusher Chase Young. All right, he's one of their big guys. I mean, this is was he second overall pick for Washington a couple of years ago. He's not going to play in Sunday's regular season opener against the Cardinals, and he's not expected back until at least week 3 with a neck injury. So week 3, or he'll be back week 3 or after that. So that's a major loss for Washington, the Commanders. Again, this guy is not getting the snaps and the thought that they were going to have with him, the kind of pass rush, the consistent pass rush that they were going to have. This guy, when he's in, he's not been the best out there, and he's also been, banged up for most of his career so far. So Chase Young will be out at least 2 weeks, maybe more, this season for the Washington Commanders. No Chase Young and no Cooper Kupp. Also, guys from the Los Angeles Rams. Oh, let me stop for a second. With jangly echoes, jangling in the background with that 5 on it.
Jingle, jangle there.
Yeah,
Much
$5 holler.
$5 holler.
Kicking it off here tonight, right?
I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted.
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
Hell yeah.
From Bon Jovi, of course. Now let's go Cowboys week 1, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Jangly Echoes. Appreciate you. Much love.
I'm with you, bro. Again, tomorrow we have
things off here officially on
the
the
that's
side
what I'm saying.
of things.
Officially, I got them up on the board here. I'm going to put them up here in a minute. But yes, Jangly, every game is important, obviously, right? But I think that an NFC East battle on the road to open the season, you're supposed to beat this team, even though they have gotten better, would be a big kind of opening day success if the Cowboys can pull out a W here in this game.
I know. And we have to admit, hey, every loss is always a letdown from our Cowboys. So, but yeah, I don't think I necessarily want to break Dak's very successful streak.
Yeah. We want to keep that going.
Against the Giants. Oh, yeah.
So,
I have to admit, that is quite the little feather in his cap.
Yeah, but teams change every year. That's what I always think about it. So to me,
they do, and that's what I'm saying. That type of consistency from your quarterback to be able to beat that team year after year is just great.
So, okay, sorry guys. So anyways, appreciate Jangly Echoes there, dropping the 5 on it. Let me also continue the news here, I guess you can say, and talk about Cooper Kupp, from wide receiver from the Los Angeles Rams. He was going to miss this game this week. He was getting a second opinion, and they decided to place him today on injured reserve. So he's going to miss the first 4 weeks of the season automatically. He's going to be, again, minimum of 4 games. And again, it must have came back with something, some kind of nerve issue for him when he came, getting second opinions, because they went from he's missing a game to he's missing now at least 4 games. So the 4 games he's definitely missing is at Seattle tomorrow. The Seattle then they play the Niners at home. Then they go at Cincinnati and at Indianapolis. So Rams looking like they're a little bit depleted here. Maybe them and the Cardinals fighting it out for last place there in the West. And then moving on to another division here, right? In the NFC NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and wide receiver Mike Evans. A lot of people talk about a trade, this and that. He said he wants a new deal extension. He said he's not going to talk about it a day before the season starts. Well, that's today, and he will not be extending his deal. He said this today. He self-imposed this deadline. He will not be playing on the last year of his contract in Tampa Bay. He plans to explore his free agent options next year in 2024. And before anybody says, Cowboys, no Cowboys. Because we're going to have Gallup, I'm assuming, and definitely going to have Brandon Cooks, and we're definitely going to have CeeDee Lamb. So that's a set thing for our trio. If everything goes right this year, we'll see it again next year. Same 3 receivers for us, which is what we care about here in Dallas. And, CeeDee Lamb, what about Justin Jefferson? Vikings All-Pro. Justin Jefferson, who's matched up there with CD as the best 2 receivers from that draft. Not expected to sign a contract extension before the opening game on Sunday. So tomorrow. So again, both sides made a strong effort to get a deal done, but now the plan is to revisit this contract extension after this season ends. So again, CeeDee Lamb now has a chance to get a contract before Justin Jefferson, expands it a little more. So be smart here. Be smart here, Cowboys. What's up, Ron the Don Smith, dropping his knowledge, being part of that membership.
Saying hello with a bang. 16 months, of course, representing as a star member. He said, what's up, MCF and MCW and everyone? Let's go Cowboys tomorrow night and defeat the Giants.
Hell yeah. And I hope you all join us right here. Dropping your knowledge. Dropping the excitement, the passion for our Cowboys to make sure we beat the New York Giants, kicking off the NFC East. ass-kicking tour, hopefully, for our Cowboys.
Ooh, I like that. The ass-kicking tour.
Yeah,
We're going to have to remind me to use that again.
Ass-kicking tour.
James, right. What's up? Much love.
Hope the Cowboys back it up for me.
$1 Ooh.
Yes, Brandon James.
You want the Cowboys to back that ass up?
No, back it up. Back up what I'm saying.
Hey,
come on now. What are we doing here?
Player, won't you back I don't
Brandon
know.
James in the house. Much love. Dropping $1 holler. Putting Mark Hosepian to DeMarcus Lawrence, who I think is going to have a big game tomorrow. He had one last year in New York. I think he's going to have a good one as well. Nice and fresh. Mr. D-Law, Mr. Tank, whatever you want to call him, DeMarcus Lawrence. Number 90, that's what Mark's repping right now on that stream box.
All right. So at least now we know when we say back that ass up, that just means, back your shit up, Cowboys.
Well, now we're going to see a record-setting thing tomorrow, guys. NFL record-setting 14 black quarterbacks are going to start week 1 tomorrow. Or I guess, this entire week, I guess you could say, starting Thursday. These are the 14 players here: Josh Dobbs, Desmond Ridder, Lamar Jackson, Bryce Young, Justin Fields, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Geno Smith. So, congrats there. And again, a week to remember, you can say, for opening week, for NFL in NFL history 2023. Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about our Cowboys. We kind of did there, Dak Prescott, but let's talk about what the moves are here for tomorrow's game against the Giants. As far as procedural moves, who are we moving up from the practice squad, elevating. So right now, the Cowboys like your guy here. Mr. MCF said last night, C.J. Goodwin, special teams. He's listed as a cornerback, but he's our special teams ace. Like I said, the moment before we even cut him, I said we're going to cut him, get him back as a vested veteran. He'll be on the practice squad. He'll be elevated the first couple of weeks probably, and then we'll put him on a 53. C.J. Goodwin is going to be that guy, and that's exactly what happened, guys. So he's been elevated for 1 week right now from the practice squad. Remember, you get 3 elevations a year before you have to release the player if you don't put him on your 53. So the Cowboys are not going to let him go. But C.J. Goodwin now going to be elevated from the practice squad for this game tomorrow night. And also center. We don't have a backup center. So center from the practice squad, Brock Hoffman, number 67. We all know his name throughout the training camp sessions. Undrafted center. Again, he can play guard as well. He will be suited up for tomorrow's game against the Giants. So, again, exactly what we predicted. I mean, we figured it'd be an offensive lineman, which, again, I said it would be probably Brock Hoffman. And C.J. Goodwin for special teams. So that's the way it's going. It's expected. This is all expected when it comes to C.J. Goodwin and Brock Hoffman. Goodwin is McCarthy's special team captain for week 1. We found that out yesterday. Brock Hoffman, of course, no center, no backup center right now. He's going to be Tyler Biadish's primary backup. Because I don't care about Chuma Doga or TJ Bass or any other. None of these guys can snap the ball. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Farniok's gone, and everybody else that can snap the ball somewhat okay. Every single person is on our practice squad. That's why you got Brock Hoffman there. And I think you got the guy from the Giants as well. We picked up and put on our practice squad, who's also a center. So that's the way week 1's going to go. Now, we got to talk about that's the procedural moves. What happens to our injury situations? Remember, there was a practice today, a walkthrough by the Cowboys. We knew this from yesterday. And the walkthrough consisted of, figuring out if Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith are going to take the appropriate reps to be able to get on the plane today and be able to maybe have a chance to play tomorrow. We know Tyron Smith was the more probable guy, and we know Tyler Smith was the more probable guy who was not going to make this game or make this flight.
Improbable?
Yeah, I guess there you go. So Tyler Smith was the one in question here, but let's look at both of them real quick together. And both today, okay, we don't know how the practice went, if they got their reps in or not, but then today we did hear this afternoon that Tyron Smith, number 77, and Tyler Smith, number 7, both these guys, number 73 and 77, traveled with the Cowboys to NYC, to New York City, guys. And, boarded the flight. They're going to New York. That is big to give both guys a chance. But I predict that Tyron Smith will play. The rolled ankle is very minor. Tyler Smith with the hamstring, I think it'll take a miracle for him to play. But the fact that he's on the plane is just a little bit of a good sign. And look, whether he's going to play or not, I think McCarthy wants to let the Giants keep guessing. Bring him along. It's not going to hurt to have him in street clothes on the sideline. The Giants won't know until 90 minutes before kickoff. So I like that either way for that. And knowing from what we heard already, there was no issues, step back. What do you call that?
Regression?
Yeah, not regression, but no setbacks.
Okay.
For the word is setback. That's what I got to remember.
Okay.
But no setbacks in their rehabbing for this game. And that's good for Tyler Smith, the hamstring. It's great for, of course, Tyron Smith and his always injured body. So good news there. That's all we have. Both guys boarded the flight. Both guys will be at least on the sideline. I'm assuming Tyron Smith will be in pads, and Tyler Smith will probably not play, but it'd be great to see both of them healthy on that field if that's possible.
Agree. But, keep in mind as well, if the answer was 100% no, they wouldn't even be there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So even if the answer is only there's a 10% chance, there's still a chance. So let's just kind of see how the rest of it plays out.
And that's why they're still listed as doubtful and questionable.
Exactly.
Tyler Smith is doubtful, Tyron Smith questionable. But here's the thing, baby. Even if McCarthy now knows, let's say Tyler Smith was not able to get his necessary snaps in, he's still on the plane flight.
Yeah.
And even though McCarthy knows, I'm assuming this. Let's say McCarthy knows it's a no already for Tyler Smith. No matter what he does tomorrow, he's not going to play. Mm-hmm. But you still keep the Giants guessing about maybe, hey, we can attack their weak spot there. Right now, the Giants are probably focusing on, look, we're going to attack Tyler Smith if he's hurt, and we're going to attack his backup if he's out.
We have progressively been keeping things much closer to the vest as McCarthy has taken over more and more. Yeah.
So that's something to keep watching. Again, we'll be obviously knowing a lot more as we get closer to the game time. We'll see who's the inactives. Tyler Smith, if he's not going to play, he'll be inactive. I'm going to let you know, guys. That's why you're going to probably hear that. Or sometime a little earlier, I'll retweet it on Twitter if I catch it, which I always do. I'll try to retweet it, and so you guys know exactly what's going on. If you're following us, follow us at MyCowboysFamily. And we'll definitely retweet that info when it gets out. And, of course, talk about it before kickoff, good, bad, or ugly. Now, what about another player in this crew here that we got to kind of watch? Again, without these guys, that means that one of these two guys, or both, will have to play. We got in this picture, you got number 76, Asim Richards, and who will take over at guard for Tyler Smith if he has to take. That's 76 will have to come in there. And then you got TJ Bassel also is our guard as well there. It sounds like he's like the backup there to that spot. And you also have Chuma Edoga, who will probably play tackle if Tyron Smith can't get in there. So that's our situation. Not very good if we lose one or both of these guys. But I think we can hang. I truly think we can hang if one of them are gone. I'm specifically saying here Tyler Smith probably will not be there tomorrow if I had to pick a guy that was going to miss this game.
Yeah.
So now another guy that I wanted on this game, I know he's doubtful for the game tomorrow. He's the spy on Giants quarterback Daniel Jones that we discussed all week, and that's Donovan Wilson. What's the update on him? No, again, no changes on the injury reports or practice reports or any kind of stuff, but a guy who did not make the plane flight was Donovan Wilson. Now, he was also going to get worked out today. He might not have hit the necessary snaps. So that's the probability. I'm going to be real with everybody. I know some people from DallasCowboys.com trying to throw us little curveballs here and there. They're saying that, look, we don't know why he missed this flight. Sometimes a player is going to meet the team in the away city on their own. That does happen sometimes. Don't get me wrong here. But he also just welcomed a child earlier this week. Remember? He's,
True.
Had another kid. So I don't know if he had another one. It's his first kid or not. But my point is that he had a child and a little baby. So he possibly could be staying back as well. Spend time with his...
say he had one, literally, 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
Yeah, he missed the day of practice earlier this week. Not for the calf strain, but for the baby being born. So, again, maybe he's staying an extra night to stay with his family before flying out. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, in my opinion, Donovan Wilson is not playing this game. So you got to have Marquise Bell. You got to have a couple of the guys kind of primed and ready to take over the Daniel Jones spy role. And I think we have enough guys to do that. I think number 14, Marquise Bell, is the best bet right now. So, look, we don't know any more about Donovan Wilson's status until tomorrow. I expect him and Tyler Smith to not play. That's your guy here, MCF's expectations. I do expect Tyron Smith to play. If we get 2 out of these 3 guys playing tomorrow, it will be a great win for the Cowboys in that sense, right? So I just want to kind of move on from these things because there's another person we got to talk about, unfortunately, who was added onto the injury list today. Before I say that, I just want to reiterate, Sam Williams, although questionable, the expectation is he's going to play. All right? So he's going to play tomorrow and probably take a minimal amount of snaps and reps. But I'm saying 10 to 15 for him. Jordan Lewis might take 10 to 15 as well tomorrow, who also is cleared to play. But at the same time, don't be surprised if you see Jordan Lewis as an inactive tomorrow. Because the Cowboys may want to give him one more week before he gets on that field in any capacity. So we shall see. I'm just letting you guys know. Sam Williams looks good. Tyron Smith, I'm expecting him to play. Jordan Lewis could probably play, but they probably hold him out this game. So that leaves us one last name on this list that was added today, who's now questionable for the game. Another safety, guys. We already are down probably Donovan Wilson. We might be down Malik Hooker. Hooker's sick. And hey, no, I'm not talking about, Jerry's personal. I'm talking about Malik Hooker, safety for the Cowboys, number 28. He has an illness. He was sick. He was added to the injury report. He's questionable for the Giants game tomorrow. But, before I say but, again, Donovan Wilson already with the calf issue being doubtful, probably missing the game. Now we're missing 2 out of our 3 starting safeties possibly tomorrow. At the same time, let me give you guys the good news. There's not a lot of concern around the Cowboys facility about Hooker missing the game or his availability for the game tomorrow. Now, if he does miss the game, there's a chance you're going to see guys out there like Israel Mukwamu, and I think someone like Wanye Thomas, number 30, could make a big impact tomorrow as a free safety tomorrow's game if needed. But I don't know if I don't think we're going to need too much Wanye Thomas because right now, according to all reports, Malik Hooker, even though he appeared on the list as on the injury list as questionable, it is reported that is, quote, not serious, and the expectation is, quote, he will play against the Giants.
Honestly,
quote.
you have to remember, illness could include a variety of things.
Right.
Like, I know most of us automatically start thinking, like, oh, he has a cold, he has a flu, like, whatever. Like,
his COVID is missing the game, yeah.
Well,
I'm just saying, like,
luckily
it's not that.
I'm not really sure what the current NFL Rona policies are, but my point is that if they're saying it's not serious, like, it almost makes you think, like
cold.
He had I almost wonder if it was a non-football, like at-home related minor injury type of thing, something that affected his ability to practice, but not something that's going to affect his ability to play. It could be
a sinus infection. It could be an allergy or a flu. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe, or an allergic reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but they're saying he was ill. But here's the thing. I got to finish the story here, baby. Some people are saying it in the chat right now. But you got to know that, I don't know if you know this, the reason why a lot of people also expect him to play, and the Cowboys are not concerned about this, they said it's, quote, a minor illness. Let me reiterate, a minor illness, whatever that is. And they're going to be monitoring it no matter what, right? So you got to remember there's another thing about this kickoff tomorrow. The fact that it is later in the evening, 8 o'clock game, I mean, it gives everybody a little bit extra time to recoup, get better. That's why maybe there's a chance for Tyler Smith. Malik Hooker will play. In my opinion, and he said it himself, and you guys are saying in the chat, because, again, several added hours of rest before kickoff, and he did travel with the team today, Malik Hooker. He should be good to go. Now, I want to reiterate, why am I saying this? Malik Hooker himself took to Twitter. Now, I don't know if you know these days, baby, but I know I was there for this one. Scottie Pippen putting the ice pack, the compress on Michael Jordan's neck during the finals, and he had the flu, and he played, and he scored like 60 points. But he was like,
maybe it is the flu or something like that.
Well, I mean, it was he was like really sick. That story has changed. It was that the flu was a cold. It was, I don't know, it was back and forth. But the point is, the lore is he was sick with the flu, and Jordan powered through and played, and so he got through it. So after seeing that, Malik Hooker himself posted that. And people are seeing this saying, basically that is a good sign that Malik Hooker, someone had said, it's a great sign Malik Hooker was going to play on Sunday night despite the illness that had him questionable on the injury report. Malik Hooker retweeted that and said, absolutely. He's going to play, guys. So he himself is not only showing you that, look, he's going to Michael Jordan this thing, but he's also telling you that, after people responded to that, he said, yeah, absolutely playing tomorrow. Great news there from Malik Hooker. I love to see it. Gotta love it. I'm happy. You? We're all happy.
I mean, I like hearing it straight from him.
Exactly.
Right?
So again, guys, Malik Hooker, Sam Williams, I think Tyron Smith, they're good to go. I think the guys that are out, Tyler Smith, Donovan Wilson is my guesses tomorrow. And probably Jordan Lewis too, just out of just like keeping them healthy.
An abundance of caution.
Yeah, let us know if you think any differently or your thoughts. I do want to say one more injury, not on our Cowboys, but on the Giants. An update on that. On this picture, you're seeing a question mark. Of course, you're seeing Tyron Smith, 77, 73. We got the question marks there. You got 28, Malik Hooker in the middle, and Donovan Wilson, number 6. But then you got one other guy at the end, another injured guy from the Giants. Tight end, Darren Waller, had the hamstring issue. He was kind of gingerly walking around it, but looked like he wasn't like limping or anything major. Today, the Giants elevated one player from their practice squad. Running back Tywan Jones. It's a good sign that Darren Waller will be playing tomorrow. They did not bring it up. They did not pull up another center from the practice squad for the Giants, which means that Darren Waller is going to play tomorrow, guys.
Right.
So good. I don't want no excuses from the Giant fans, and it makes sense for this move up because he's a special. It's kind of like our situation with C.J. Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
Tyron Jones is a special teams guy, and again, these are the guys that are going to probably moved up on a lot of teams, special teams specialists like C.J. Goodwin and guys like Tyron Jones, running back for the Giants. The only moved up guys. So Darren Waller, right there at the bottom right, number 12, tomorrow I expect will be playing tomorrow, and good. Less excuses for this Giants team. Now, just so you guys know, as we're playing their offense, Daniel Jones and Saquon and all of them, Darren Waller. Last year, the Cowboy defense caused and took away 33 takeaways, turnovers they caused. Most in the NFL. Last year, the Giants, their offense gave the ball away 16 times. That's the second most in the NFL. So again, we took the ball more than anybody else in the NFL, and the Giants gave it away second worst in the NFL. So we should be
a match made in heaven.
It's a different season, I get it, but turnovers. We actually did poorly last year against turnovers with the Giants. We gave a couple away in Thanksgiving. We shot ourselves in the foot both games. Really made those games closer than they should have been. We'll see if this year it's the same thing, because if the offense can give us some consistency and the defense can do what they do, then we will lock this team down. They won't score over 13, 14 points, in my opinion. Now, as I kind of conclude my portion, guys, I'll tell you this will be a quick one tonight. I conclude my portion. The wife has one other very important portion, but let me finish up one last little breakdown here on our Cowboys when it comes to, the running game, running the ball. Now, I've talked about this all week. I think this is probably one of those situations where, in my opinion, running the ball here can mean, yes, hand the ball off, pitches, whatever you want to do, but I think also screens to receivers, tight ends, or running backs, getting the ball in quick passes like West Coast offense style on first down, under center or in shotgun. To me, that is kind of like a quick running play. Getting him through the air, get 4 yards in the air is better than getting one on the ground. So I think McCarthy might go to this sometimes throughout the game tomorrow, and I think our running backs are what's key here in this situation. Tony Pollard and the running game, to me, are going to be more focused on touches, like getting the touches, getting the ball in your hands rather than getting the carries, meaning the handoffs. So, again, McCarthy calling plays as as the play caller, and OC is Brian Schottenheimer with the game planning assist, you can say. The running game will probably look different from years past. No more just, even just Zeke or Zeke and Pollard look. It's different, I think, this year. Tony Pollard, of course, will get the most carries in the whole crew, but I think Deuce Vaughn and Hunter Lipke are going to get some snaps tomorrow and even some touches. McCarthy's Green Bay, situation back when he was in Green Bay, his running backs in his West Coast system have to be able to catch the ball. Now, again, Zeke could always catch the ball, so that was never a problem. Of course, maybe it's the speed thing with Zeke right now in his career. But that's the thing about McCarthy. The running backs always were catching the ball. That's an important factor of McCarthy's scheme for the West Coast-style offense when Green Bay. The screen game played a large part in the offense for the Packers, in addition to the quarterback throwing to the check releases. Reads aren't there, you drop it down and move it on. And that's what we couldn't do that very well in the past. I hope we can do that now. And again, I hope that, McCarthy, the scheme will work when it comes to McCarthy's tweaks and things. So in 2011, which again was after the Packers won the Super Bowl, their only Super Bowl with McCarthy and Rodgers, the year after that, the Packers went 15-1 under McCarthy. And they had a balanced attack, basically, which was good at helping out Aaron Rodgers of what he wanted to do. The running backs were led by Ryan Grant that year and James Starks. And they split carries almost evenly. And the most important thing about this is both guys are fantastic route runners, receivers. So, again, for Grant, he caught 19 catches on 24 targets. So, not very many misses to the running back there. And then when it came to Starks, he had 29 receptions on 37 targets. Just so you guys understand, that's an additional 48 touches in 16 games. Is that a lot? Not really, right? Not if you just put those numbers and it sounds kind of low.
And again, spread it out throughout the entire season, right?
Exactly. Throw in an extra 15 catches on 18 targets for their fullback. James Kuhn, that's the Hunter Lipke. Now you have a very accurate quarterback with Aaron Rodgers. You see, his numbers look a lot better when he had a lot of his throws going to the checkdowns for and again, whatever they did with it, but the accuracy looked even better for Aaron Rodgers because he was throwing them a lot to the running backs and fullbacks.
And of course, he was able to make those decisions, much faster, quicker, and like you said,
Correct.
Execute them better than most, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That was part of that's what we're trying to do now is just get the ball out quick and get it out to your running backs that can catch the ball. And so that's why Deuce is so important. And that's why Rico can catch. And so can Tony Pollard, fantastic. So we are in good shape there. Remember, the Packers under this scheme, they were 15-1. Keep that in mind.
It also, again, I think it just highlights the importance of our current tight ends, which, of course, man, we're putting a lot on them. And, I like the Lipke move, I think, a little bit more now. Like I said, I gave it time to settle.
He's going to take more snaps than we, I think, realized.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that tomorrow it's going to make a lot more sense. So,
well, and again, think about this. All right, because people are going to say, we're going to run the ball out. No, you're going to get the running backs getting the ball in their hands a lot more. Not just running the ball. So here's the thing. I think when you look at these numbers and you look at all these 48 touches, another 15 on top of that, that's almost an 80% amount of passes getting thrown to the running backs on a lot of these games. More than likely, these are safer passes that allows the offense to move the chains without putting the ball in harm's way. This is how you help Dak and this offense, all these playmakers. So I believe this has been the plan from the beginning. It should have been this way from years past. I mean, we've been talking about this on My Cowboys Family for 6.5 years. So I truly believe in my heart that this is going to keep the ball moving forward. We have enough playmakers, a good enough quarterback to him to have 2 or 3 reads and then make the dump down if needed or break the pocket. And that's going to keep the chains moving, the clock moving, the defense resting. And when we get points, 3 or 7, the defense comes on the field, and now they got to start throwing a little more when they're down a little more. That's the whole deal here. So again, now you're looking at our running backs probably a much more pass-friendly group than even the Packers when they were 15-1 with the same kind of scheme mindset, right? Tony Pollard is of course a former receiver that's from Memphis that turned running back. Keep that in mind. Some people compare him to Roger Craig. If you guys know Roger Craig, I don't know if I say he's as powerful, but he does have a lot of broken tackles. You don't expect that. Roger Craig with the high knees always had a lot of power and speed, similar to Tony Pollard. So, Pollard's agile. He can catch the ball like Roger Craig did. So again, Pollard lined up for 24 snaps in the slot last year and 36 out wide. So Pollard can be used there. Again, it was more like window dressing with Kellen Moore. But I think with Mike McCarthy, he's going to make it a definite push to make sure the running backs catch the ball in our offense. So ideally, McCarthy and Schottenheimer use Tony Pollard right. 15 to 18 carries should be all he needs. Maybe another 6 targets in the air would mean that's a good amount of reps, snaps, or whatever. That's about 25 touches in a game. Or even a little less than 25, like 22, 23 touches at most for Tony Pollard. And then you can also throw in there Deuce, Vaughn, and Hunter Lipke. These 2 guys in the mix, you get the ball to them as well. You see, you can have room to have Pollard have all these snaps. You can still have a couple snaps and opportunities for Deuce Vaughn and Lipke. Deuce Vaughn, of course, feel-good story. I don't even care about that feel-good story, guys. He's a real player. He's going out there. I talked about this before the stream, baby. We want to see Deuce Vaughn. I want to see Deuce Vaughn have at least 10 snaps. I want to see him touch the ball 4 times in those 10 snaps. 40% of the time he gets the ball in his hands when he's in the game. Let's see what happens. I'm curious to know. If he gets more than 10, I should see 6, 7 touches for him one way or another. So, I'm looking forward to see if the Cowboys use him this game. They might use him like this in a week or 2 or 3 down the line. I wonder if they use him this game now. I wonder if he's ready to go, if McCarthy trusts him to go. I think he does. So, Deuce Vaughn, guys, again, quick, shifty feet, sure hands. Fits right into McCarthy's schemes. And he has 106. Remember this, he had 117 receptions in 3 years. Okay, over in Kansas State. So, more than a suitable candidate to fit into that role of catching the ball in this offense. And in the final preseason game, Hunter Lipke made the team against the Las Vegas Raiders, but he showed he had decent enough hands to be a 2-way kind of player. All right, again, is he Mike McCarthy comparing to Jonathan Kuhn? That's a little bit of jumping the gun, but can he kind of give us the pass protection, the short yardage running, and the ability to catch the ball, which is a very important part to McCarthy's scheme? Can Hunter Lipke give us that? If he can, I think you'll see more Hunter Lipke throughout the season. So the Giants linebackers, they're going to have their hands full, guys. Sunday night against our Cowboys at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. Remember, they're trying to match us with getting guys that are speed additives, and they're like newly acquired from the Arizona Cardinals, Isaiah Simmons. He'll be a backup, getting some snaps, some rotation in there against us tomorrow. But they're going to be playing an offense where the running backs are going to be equally effective in catching the ball as they are running with it. And I wonder how the Giants are setting up to get ready for this. Because I think this is one thing we kind of all overlook, and this may be one of the biggest changes in Mike McCarthy's scheme this year. It's kind of the biggest change out of the receivers, tight ends, the block, the offensive line, Dak. All these things are changing. Maybe the biggest thing is this whole revamp of the running back room, which I said a week ago or so. I think it's actually underrated. I think people don't realize that it's actually got a little more than you may think in there with our running back. And the way we use them, it's going to be on McCarthy. And I think that's going to be the major kind of decider for this group of guys, in this season and in this Mike McCarthy scheme. So, any quick thoughts from the family, baby, or you on these comments I'm saying?
Demetrius Alexander saying, Pollard played receiver in college.
Yep, that's what I said. For Memphis, he played receiver first and then was converted into a running back. So he is a receiver. He's got good hands. He's going to have great hands, and that's what I'm saying. This is what McCarthy loves. That's why we got Pollard back.
MH said, finding a run game behind Pollard is the question.
Ooh, that's not Pollard. That's Mr. Gallup. No, what does he mean though? Like, I think that
I think he means
through the air or ground.
Pollard, no, behind Pollard.
Okay, well,
as in the 2s and the 3s.
Well, again, that would be more Rico. I think Rico Dowdle will probably get more of those snaps than Deuce will get it as pure running back or Hunter Lipke.
If that's not what you meant, please let us know. But at least that's the way that I took it there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just think that. Let me see, what was the comment again?
Let me go back. MH said, finding our run game behind Pollard is the question.
Well, again, I think the Cowboys are not going to try to force the run game to establish the pass. They're not going to do that. They might establish the pass to be able to use the run game throughout a game in and out. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see the way this works. If it goes smoothly, it's one thing. If it doesn't go smoothly, let's see how McCarthy adjusts.
So. That's quite a steep score there to reach, but you know what? If we can put up 48 points somehow on the Giants, then, Dak gets to ride with Jerry in the helicopter home. So, Lost in Translation podcast, much love. He said, I could see Deuce getting in every third series.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know if he gets the whole series, but like I said before, guys, I would love to see him get in there and get a whole set of plays, a whole series with the starters, and then see what happens, or at least a couple plays get out, that kind of thing. I would love to see that, but I don't want to see it forced either. So I want to see the flow of the game and fitting in McCarthy's kind of scheme to get him used at the right times. That's why I care more than just seeing Deuce.
And that's why I said that. At least in that sense. I do just need to see our offense, see the scheme, see what it is that's going on, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to see it tomorrow in the first glimpses of it in the real way, not in the training camp glimpses, like little patchwork. And then, not for vanilla offenses in preseason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we finally get to see it full on.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to give you the reins here, baby, as we rock out of here for the night. But before we can drop out of here, I do want to say Zach Martin. By the way, he dropped a hype video.
Huh.
Now, Zach Martin never drops any hype videos, guys. So to me, it's kind of
hyped this season.
He is. I never expected him to drop one. But again, if you watch out there, I'll try to post it maybe tonight or tomorrow. You'll see the video.
It's probably the video that his agent sent Jerry before they went.
Yeah, you better get him back there. We're in trouble. But hey,
I'm sorry I had to.
Yeah, no, we'll nothing to talk about. The more it's not about the video to me. To me, it's more about the fact that Zach Martin putting out hype videos? What? Interesting.
Look, it's getting to everybody. It's infectious.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it, and we're feeling it here, Cowboy fans. Yeah, we can. So now, as I give you the reins, baby, you're gonna finish tonight's stream. We'll probably hit a couple comments here as we do the shout outs. And again, guys, I guess it's like putting a quarter into a machine. You want us to stay longer, Drops of knowledge, drops of love, the whole thing, interaction. But baby, I want to know, and I've been waiting to hear this for a little bit. We were kind of holding this kind of story a little bit, just kind of before the game tomorrow. Because again, we know about the doubts everyone has about guys like Dak Prescott and some people on offense, some situations on offense and the scheme and all that stuff. But we know about that trip. You know what I'm talking about, guys, to Atlanta? Mm-hmm. So, baby, Dak Prescott took the Cowboys. I mean, you could probably explain it better, but basically Dak Prescott took all his offensive weapons, running backs, tight ends, receivers, of course, all of them. Guys that are not on the team anymore. He took all of them with them to Georgia, to a lake. They rented a cabin, and they did some competition stuff, some fun. But really, it was there for a different kind of experience. Almost like I guess you could say therapy.
It's actually kind of interesting. A former Army Ranger and a lieutenant colonel started their own company. It's called OGX. Wait, let me see. Sorry, O2X, short for Optimize to the X. They describe it as, quote, a military imperative to always find the most optimal way to hit the target, even as it changes. What does that actually mean in reality? They provide specialized training for military members, government employees, and obviously professional athletes to maximize their mental and physical capabilities. Because obviously in specific lines of work, you do need to be absolutely on your A game in a way that maybe most of us on our regular everyday life don't necessarily have to be. So, hey. Andrew Duncan, thank you for subbing it up there.
Yes, welcome to the family, Andrew.
But yeah, the reason I thought this was absolutely fascinating is because when you actually hear the things that they were doing, it's basically a 3-day mental health workshop focused on basically a lot of techniques used in PTSD therapy. Again, very fascinating, very interesting, but also not all that surprising when you consider what it is, like the goal for what it is that they're trying to do.
Dak Prescott's big into the mental health side of things, and this is relating to some stuff, traumatic stuff that you can have, anybody can have, right, through through a lot of things in life, right? But he's looking at this, I think Dak seems to be looking at this to implement this on the team, with the team together, and kind of overcoming things together as a unit going into the season.
And I have to admit, I really like it too, because the first words that we hear from these people was literally February 11th, 2024. Because that is the goal. Our goal, thankfully, doesn't change, right? Our day-to-day, week-to-week goal might
number
change.
6 for this team. That's what we want. Go Cowboys.
Right, so we love it. And Dak said that one of the reasons he wanted to do this workshop specifically said, quote, I don't want to just be culture, how to build a better culture, because we're good on that. It's more about how to use your culture. It doesn't mean anything if guys aren't telling us what they're sacrificing or what they're trying to get better at, and if other guys aren't holding them to that. So, he actually met with them back in March, kind of liked what they had to say, obviously went ahead and moved forward with the little workshop thing here. So, and he specifically said that he wants to gain a mental edge and that he wants the entire offense to be able to gain it too. Basically, the whole point, it's very focused on improving. Like, if you're already playing at a 95, 96% level, like, your improvement is obviously going to be, where we're talking 1, 2, 3%, but that makes a difference.
So, most, but it works. You got to work hard to get to that.
So they emphasized, like the 1% thing a lot too. Prescott said that he's most proud about the fact that all the teammates that he took with him, like, really bought into it. He said every one of the guys had a notebook full of notes. He had like big cheesy smile on his face, that there were like strategies to win each moment, each day. Like, it's no, I don't want to really get into so much of their specific philosophy as far as that stuff. But Gallup even said the first thing they said, literally every single one of them, they were like, we want a championship, we want to win. And it's just like, damn, if y'all are thinking that and y'all don't even play, and you just got that from one conversation with Dak, shit, I'm on board. So it seems like Dak's genuineness also, like, fed into it, and basically it ended up becoming a feedback loop of, like, because Dak believes it, they believed it, and because they believed it, other people believed it. So, shit, I guess the brain stuff is already working, huh? So, apparently one of the things that they did, they had to put together a puzzle with, like, numbers from like 0 to 99 and had it like lined up in the right order, but if you thought some of the shit talking they did on the field during training camp was bad, oh boy. Apparently they said everything but their mothers here. But that was like part of the push. Yeah, like they were like trying to get in each other's huddle and like basically like how do you keep your mental edge when you're being taunted, you're being pushed, you're exerting yourself physically, you're pushing yourself mentally, you're on a time limit, and then one of the teams basically got there faster, finished, but they messed up one number. And again, like it went into a whole lesson about, like you got to focus on even the one tiny little detail or else it doesn't matter if you get there. So just to give you an example of some of the things that they did and some of the workshops that they had, they like monitored their heart rate to kind of, again, keep track of how their physical affects the mental and stuff. But the reason that I specifically said it's a lot of PTSD related things. A lot of things that they showed them were breathing, mindfulness exercises, and they literally had them do basically group therapy exercises together to bond and grow. So pretty interesting. So basically they said like they wanted the players when they had more time to inhale in a pattern of inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 7, to take, a very deep full body breath for like an immediate reset. If they find themselves kind of, not being fully present in the moment, to basically, again, I don't know all their official names, but they called it the 3x3, to basically, again, a very common grounding technique. They have to out loud state 3 things they're feeling, 3 things that they hear, 3 things that they see. So they're basically mentally refocusing themselves on the environment around them. So, like I said, that legitimately, that's literally just therapy, guys. Like medically research-backed therapy treatment. So fascinating stuff. And again, this does actually have a physiological effect. Like it has been shown that breathing in specific patterns and in specific ways can actually affect like your mental and physical state. So, Dak said, breathe, just taking a breath. We're blessed and thankful we even get to this series. Just being able to do that now in practice and when I do it in a game, that's going to be a grounding mechanism for all of them, that it sounds just the same as we do in practice. It'll be a way to block out whatever the situation is and understand, hey, this is what we do. Resort back to the training and resort back to everything that we put into it. So, and like I said, one of the other little workshops they did, they basically had to all sit down together, write down specific goals, share them out loud with each other. And then, Dak also got very personal with them, asking them about basically like their story, what drove them to get to the NFL, what were the struggles that kind of got you here. And obviously Dak's is a little bit more well-known publicly. Yeah. But he was able to actually get to know some of these teammates, and I think Gallup was the one that mentioned specifically, he's like, I know when I came in, I was nervous to talk to Dak and ask him questions, but now these guys aren't scared to ask him anything. They come in here and they're good. So clearly, at least when it comes to the comfort, the bonding, the communication.
Open up communication there. Easier, right?
Broke the ice easier. Once again, the workshop that they're doing there, it's group therapy, guys. Yay. I love when science and facts and real shit comes together, because that's the point. If these guys don't mentally decide that they have what it takes and push themselves to the way we know they need to, they won't be able to get to February 11, 2024. Yeah. We are asking them to push themselves farther than they ever have. It's I don't know, like I'm just saying, like
and they had some fun there as well, and some practice as well.
You can still have fun.
Yeah, but they had fun, and they practiced, and then they did this a lot of the time while they were there too. This was a 3-day excursion, but it wasn't just a vacation. It was more than that.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna finish it up with what CeeDee Lamb said. He said that shit was amazing. Excuse my language, but the best feeling ever. Definitely, we hope, and we're gonna continue to work until we get there. February 11 can't come soon enough. Well, let's get to September 10th. First, CD.
We're here.
And
we're here. It's September 10th now.
We'll be there. We'll meet you there. But honestly, like I said, I just really appreciate it because, obviously when it comes to football, analytics, right? There's a lot of analyzing and science and things like that. And, for so many of our players, as we can see, to be pushing themselves in that way. And like Dak said, he doesn't want to just build like a culture of Dallas Cowboys. Like he wants these guys to actually, physically and mentally improve and get better. So
it's one thing if he does it and that the whole team can do it. If everyone can do it, it's going to help the entire team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people might already be able to do it. Some might not be there yet. So this is a great way for him to try to get the whole team together as past that finish line, so to speak, to be able to make it through some tough times in the season.
And hey, if you want to feel like a Dallas Cowboy, breathe in for 5, breathe out for 7.
There you go.
Together. Honestly, even Dak said, he's like, it's going to feel nice knowing we're all going to be doing it together.
In the huddle,
I just thought that was funny as shit.
The huddle probably all take breaths together.
Oh, but Q Ball, what's up? Much love. So, guys, that's
a wrap, guys. Now we're ready for
next
tomorrow.
Next time we see you, we got the war paint on. We got our jerseys on. The food has been consumed. The drinks have been probably prepared because, we're kicking off the season. And yes, we're going to be sitting on our couch, kicking it with you guys, live streaming our game day reaction to kick off the season. The official football season starts tomorrow night.
Yes. Not Thursday.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Not Thursday, not tomorrow. Afternoon or morning or late afternoon.
Although we'll be live a little before the game, guys, of course.
Of course.
A little pre-game, right? We got
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern time. It kickoffs 20 minutes later. We'll talk about the inactives. We'll talk about you guys and everyone chilling in the house and, give you a little background. We did, today, tomorrow, I guess you can say, in preparation for this game. And we'll be, again, I got my my new good luck crop of hats in, I think. So I think I might be sporting a new hat tomorrow, kicking off the season. And hey, I got 3 hats. I think we're going to be able to make it through the season, get that 6 and beyond. So, I'm going to break out some new stuff for the first game. We're going to have our jerseys rocked out, ready to go. You guys hopefully have the same thing as we all watch together. The Cowboys go 1-0 at the New York Giants, a divisional NFC East divisional rival, hated rival. Let's kick there these Giants and make them, mental. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Okay, I'll stop there because the Giants, what we can say is a couple of things. Giants suck.
They do suck.
We could also call them the New York Giants. There's always that one. It's always popular. Hopefully you win tomorrow. This is what they'll be doing. This is what the Giants will be doing in the locker room after the game. No, sorry, wrong one.
Oh, it's the only way they're going to score.
Listen, in the end, let's hope tomorrow it ends with saying the Giants suck. How about that? Anyways, enough of our silliness. Maybe hit up the chat in the sense of the shout-outs because we're out, guys. An hour stream tonight. Quick and easy. Here on the eve of the kickoff of the 2023 season.
Yeah,
so.
Almost an FCF quickie.
Yeah.
But Wade Montgomery, what's up? Much love to you. Demetrius Alexander, of course. We have Stoned Immaculate 2. Q Ball, Haley 94 Ware, much love. Asmodeus representing. Thomas Garrett, the superior. Garrett. Larry J, hello and hi. He's like, where's our Tyron insurance with Tyler out? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know where that insurance policy is. I guess it got canceled, right?
Right now, the guy that's coming in there, it looks like it's going to be Austin Richards, rookie 5th rounder, number 76, or Chuma Edoga. We'll see which spots open, if any. Let's hope neither are.
Lost in Translation said, I'm ironing my Cowboys hat now. Yes, guys, I was going to say, 'twas the night before football, and all through the house,
yes,
everyone's getting prepared, right? We got to lay out the jersey, plan out the fit, right? Double check all the food, is everything marinating the way it should be,
We're going to have a whole football day tomorrow, some red zone, watch all the games, chill, and then... we're going to get nervous probably about, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening?
I will say, a little nervous to try out the whole YouTube NFL thing tomorrow.
Expect
just to see how it
issues with
works.
that YouTube Sunday ticket and red zone.
But I guess, again, we'll all in solidarity, guys. Let me keep rolling with the shout-outs, though, of course. Let me see. Choctaw Montana 808. Much love to you. Take it easy as well. NDM Boogie, MH, Stephen White, Retro Scotty. We got C. Bass in the house.
Yeah.
Ron Don Smith, of course. I know I already said goodnight to him, but... also another good night. Let's say Williams. Let me come back down. Mary Alvarez, have a great night. So I think that is everyone. I think that's everyone. So Haley 94 said, even Iowa got a lot of recognition when Coach Hayden Fry put the Hawkeyes on the board. So Motor City Maniac, yes. It was definitely an interesting way to kick off the NFL season. But, the real season is starting shortly. So with that said, guys, we got to give the shout-outs, the love, the appreciation.
Yes.
To the sponsor of the week, Jason Renfro.
The man, Jason Renfro.
He's also got that membership championship. He's got 5 weeks in a row leading it in the gifted memberships.
Yeah, he's got
domination.
Well, yeah, but he is currently second place. Currently, with just a day to go, And that means the Lunatic could be our next gifting champion. We'll see what happens. Much love on that screen. You've seen also Marco Seppian, 89 points on the stream boss.
A little tight end representation.
Yeah, a little Peyton Hendershot, but he's also number one in J-Ron Curse because he's number one, baby, on the overall board in front of Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, and a couple other guys that are right there near him. Also, don't forget about the king of the Cash App. You know why he's here.
Snug X.
Much love to him. And second place on that board, second place on the gifting board, or I guess tied for third. Skeptical Fan, though, he's first right now in the lead still on the Cash App side of things. So we'll see how this thing ends tomorrow. At the end of the game, we'll have some new champions, guys. I can't wait to see who will wear the crown starting on Monday as we get prepared for the Jets. But who cares about that New York team? We care about the New York Giants. And let's get this win tomorrow. I'm ready, guys. Less than 19 hours away. It's time for our first game of the year, for our season, the real season, to kick off. Yeah, I can't wait, guys, and we'll be here tomorrow for it. But baby, before I can, get out of here, I do want to shout out a couple of people here, like Brandon James. Much love to him and the Navy Blue crew. Jangly Echoes with the drops in here as well. Thank you both for dropping a little love here with your family here on MCF as we did an hour quickie, an MCF in 60, so to speak, in a preview stream here for tomorrow's big game here on the eve. With all the news, info, and updates we need to know here. Elevations, the injury updates, expectations for tomorrow. You heard it here. You know the deal. I'll probably go over it here as we get out of here real quick in 2 seconds. But guys, thank you. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and baby, tell everybody why we do this crazy thing here on this channel. Why do we do this here on My Cowboys Family each and every night?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Yeah, guys, win, lose, or draw. We're winning tomorrow. Good, bad, or ugly, it's going to be good. Here at My Cowboys Family, we always rep that star over everything. And here on MCF, here at My Cowboys Family, never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever, as we are deep into our sixth year of doing this, and kicking off our 7th season of doing these live stream reaction games. You'll hear us say it tomorrow when we have the cameras on, kicking it off. But yes, guys, another one here, locked and loaded for tomorrow. Never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever on My Cowboys Family. Never forget, baby. Say it with me, baby. Go Cowboys! Let's get that 6 and beyond. Let's start with getting that 1 against the Giants starting tomorrow night. Let's go, Cowboys. I'm ready. You ready? We all ready here on MCF. Guys, thank you for dropping your knowledge. You heard me say it all night long. Appreciate that. Truly do. Thank you guys for the drops of love from above as well. And here in My Cowboys Family as we clock out and drop out officially for the night and get ready for the big day tomorrow, the big night tomorrow when we kick it off on the live stream and watch our Cowboys kick off the season. As we do all that, baby, never forget. Everybody knows what I'm going to say. Before again, the wife has to give me the permission here, but baby, before we can drop out of here for the night, what do we got to do?
We got to drop the beat.
You know it. The beat's been dropped. Thank you guys for another one here, My Cowboys Family. A Cowboys chat, a Cowboys quickie, a Cowboys in 60. Now, how about Cowboys preview, guys? MetLife Stadium tomorrow that's the place. The time is 8 p.m. Eastern, 8:20 Eastern kickoff. 2023 game winning at the New York Giants. I'm ready. The Cowboys are ready. Even the question marks, we know. Tyler Smith, probably not going to make it. Donovan Wilson, probably not going to make it. Malik Hooker will be making it. So will Tyron Smith, Sam Williams, and others. I believe they'll all be there. Maybe no Jordan Lewis as well. And I truly definitely think that Darren Waller will be playing. I will say, keep an eye on that matchup with J-Ron Curse because, as we discussed all week, that's going to be a key for them to try to utilize this year, a new key that they want to use. But even bigger, the fact that he's banged up some, how is that going to hinder him? Watch that matchup. Guys, we'll talk about this and so much more tomorrow as we kick it off live once and for all. Season 7 on MCF into year 6 right here on My Cowboys Family. Never forget the number one thing here. It's navy blue, silver to the star of everything, but never forget the number one thing right here, My Cowboys Family. Much love to everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the game day live stream reaction. Stay safe. Have a great night, guys. Peace, and never ever forget, go Cowboys!
I'm going to be.